Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 playing a bit of Kill Confirmed. Here on the map B-Back, running around here with the 205 Brecci shotgun, and this is one of those matches, I'm sure you guys can relate, where you're using a shotgun, right? You start off really strong, like you're just running through, you're getting your score streaks very quickly and having yourself a very good game, and then partway through the match, while you're having this fantastic game, there's like this switch that's flipped for the opposing team where they all decide they're going to start camping together and start hiding together and making it as hard as possible for you to get near them with your shotgun, which is super frustrating. That definitely happens here in this gameplay, but regardless, I hope you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy the video, and enjoy some nice shotgun action here on the map evac, which is definitely one of the best maps in Black Ops 3 for shotgunning, in my own personal opinion. Today's a big day. Today's the day we're going to be talking about something that people have been wanting for ages, and that is Call of Duty on the big screen. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty movies because they are going to be made. So Stacey Sher, which I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, she was actually a producer for The Hateful Eight, which is obviously a very recent Quentin Tarantino movie. She was also the producer for a lot of other Quentin Tarantino movies, as well as just a bunch of other movies in general. Well, she has been hired for the role of co-president of Activision Blizzard Studios. You may be asking yourself, what is exactly Activision Blizzard Studios? I actually wasn't aware of them myself because they were actually launched back in November. I think they were launched on November 6th, which, guess what we were all doing on November 6th, right? We were playing Black Ops 3, so this news went completely over my head back in November, but they launched Activision Blizzard Studios, which is a studio that is going to be making films and television shows based on popular intellectual property that Activision Blizzard owns. Right now, they're actually working on an animated Skylanders series for television. They're making an entire Skylanders television show. Then once that's wrapped up, they're going to be focusing on turning Call of Duty games into movies. And of course, on the Blizzard side of things, like they have the Warcraft movie that's going to be coming out soon. And of course, down the line, they plan on doing some stuff with the Diablo as well as StarCraft franchises. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out of that studio. I'm a fan of just about all of the games that these guys own, right? So that's going to be really cool. But most importantly, what we're going to be talking about here in this video is the idea of Call of Duty movies. Call of Duty on the big screen. How awesome is that going to be? So I feel as though Call of Duty is going to lend itself to the big screen a lot better than most video games, because obviously video game movies typically don't turn out very well, but I feel as though Call of Duty is very well set up to make a very good movie. Call of Duty games, by their very nature, are just military games, essentially. Military games, action movies, essentially in game form. So I feel as though it's going to work out pretty well. The big question is, how exactly do they plan on implementing this? When they say that they're going to be turning Call of Duty games into movies, are they just going to essentially take like the Modern Warfare series and make it the Modern Warfare trilogy of movies? Because I would be all for that. I would love for the first movie to be set in like the time frame of Call of Duty 4, then the second movie to be like the events of Modern Warfare 2, and then the third movie to be the events of Modern Warfare 3, and that would be like the cutoff of it. That would be a really cool, in my own personal opinion. They could kind of like expand upon that universe, kind of like get to see a different side of Soap and Price and all the characters from that series. Alternatively, they could do the Treyarch side of things. They could have the first movie be like based in the events of Call of Duty World at War. That would be pretty cool. A nice World War II movie. And then the second movie would be like the events of the original Black Ops. And the third one would be Black Ops 2. And then, of course, Black Ops 3 after that. That would be really interesting if they were to go down the line, because these Call of Duty games, the way they come out, they're almost trilogies in and of themselves with the way that their games come out every year or every couple of years. And then they continue upon the story in one way or another. That would be really cool. Then, of course, we have the new intellectual property, right? We have Call of Duty Ghosts with Infinity Ward. And then we have, of course, Advanced Warfare with Sledgehammer. Could those possibly be movies? We don't know. They didn't go into too much detail as to what they plan on doing with these Call of Duty movies, exactly if they're going to be going with the Infinity Ward IP, the Treyarch IP, or the Sledgehammer IP. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to be doing with that. And I would love to know in the comments what you guys would like to see the most. For me personally, I think you guys know my answer. I would love to see the Treyarch movies happen first. I would love to see a World at War movie. That would be fantastic to me. A new World War II movie, but set in the Call of Duty universe. But again, expanding upon what we already learned in the game, while at the same time letting us see familiar faces, right? Letting us see Dimitri, let us see Reznov, you know, and again, expanding upon the universe and showing us stuff that we didn't necessarily see in game, like whatever happened to Hitler, right? World at War was set in World War II. We got to see things from the American perspective and the Russian perspective. We were taking on the Japanese and, of course, the German forces, but there was also a bunch of different aspects of World War II that just weren't covered in that game, i.e. Hitler, whatever happened to him in this universe of ours, right? This Treyarch universe has been going on since World at War, then went up to the Black Ops and went up to Black Ops 2 and now Black Ops 3, but not once did they mention whatever happened to Adolf Hitler in that universe, right? Perhaps that's something we could explore in the movie, as well as just the other nearly infinite amount of events that happened in World War II that we didn't get to experience in World at War. So we could kind of see some of that stuff in there, and of course you have the original Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and of course Black Ops 3. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could do with the idea of Call of Duty movies, and I would love to see them do the Treyarch stuff first, because for me personally, I like the Treyarch stuff a bit more than the Modern Warfare stuff, but at the same time, a Modern Warfare trilogy of movies would be freaking fantastic in my own personal opinion, following along Soap and of course Price and the rest of the SAS. Like, that would be a really cool trilogy of movies, because there's 3 games, so one would assume each game would be its own movie. There's a lot of cool stuff they could do with this, guys, and I would love to know in the comment section below, what Call of Duty games specifically would you like to see turned into movies, and why? I would love to know about that in the comment section below. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys all found it helpful and informative, and if you did, drop me a rating. I hope you guys all
Black Ops at work. It's a beautiful thing.
have a wonderful day.